Hello everyone, my name's Tanya.
Hi, I'm Kim.
So let me ask everyone a question here. So how many of you have a friend who has a different cultural background than you? A lot of you. So how many of you would like to learn more about your friend's cultural background? A lot of you as well. So that brings me to our friend Chef Lita. We talked to her over the weekend. You might know her. She's the lead chef in Bonifacio. The reason that we bring her up is because when she came to the United States and she came to Columbus, she noticed there was a lack of Filipino food. So when she was creating food for the community, she realized it wasn't appealing for the larger community because they didn't know what Filipino food looked like. So that brings us to Spice Up. That's the group we're a part of. We use food as a vehicle for visibility in 2 different cultures. So the problems that we're trying to solve are twofold. Immigrants face social, economic, and political barriers when immigrating into a new society, and communities lack that visibility and connection into these societies. This is a problem because Columbus only grew over the past 8 or 9 years because of immigrants. So what we want to do is combine these 2 cultures so that people have visibility into both people's backgrounds. So how did we validate that idea of people wanting to be immersed in people's backgrounds? So we talked to 20 different chefs who are immigrants in the Columbus community, and we sent out a survey and got 96 responses. And you can read through some of the things we learned. One of the things we want to highlight on is that immigrants did face barriers to integration into the community, and that there was an interest from the large community to learn more about other people's backgrounds. So what we created was an experience, a multicultural experience, and this is live, by the way. This is live on Eventbrite. We've planned an event for August. You can look us up at Spices Up 614. You can buy a ticket today. It's a multicultural event where people can pay tickets to come listen to a chef talk about their background, and the chef can create food for everyone at the event.
Cool. So to identify how big our market is, we have to do some user research. We found out that there are 19 million Americans who eat out annually. Within that, 76% of Americans are interested in having more discussions about food from different parts of the world. So now comes our business model. We're operating a self-sustaining social enterprise. And so we're asking for $3,500 of startup capital for us to launch 3 Spice Up events, each event costing $1,000. By our 4th event, we'll be able to reinvest profits from the previous event to launch that 4th event. We validated our business model through the survey we conducted this weekend. We chatted with 96 individuals who showed a high interest in Spice Up, and then they also communicated that they're interested in paying $40 for a Spice Up event. So we're confident that we're able to meet the demand that we need. So now in terms of social impact, in order to understand the social impact that Spice Up can make, we need to bring it back to Chef Lita. Chef Lita mentioned that one of the biggest challenges she had when launching Bonifacio is that there was a lack of awareness around what authentic Filipino food is. So we're going to address this problem twofold. One, we're going to create more spaces where individuals can learn more about the narrative of chefs who are preparing their food. And 2, we're going to increase the number of aspiring chefs in Columbus who can be at the forefront of sharing their narrative. So in terms of next steps, we're going to continue to build relationships with local community organizations, such as Chris, as well as organizations that have interpreters. We're going to increase the number in our network of aspiring chefs who are interested in participating in Spice Up. We need to secure an event space. We need to continue with marketing, as well as build a website so individuals who are interested can reference the website for more information. So with that, stay spicy.
What's your plan for building a network of chefs going forward, and what's their incentive to participate?
Yeah, for sure. So this weekend we went out and we chatted with 20 different chefs. We went to Momogari's, we chatted with Chef Kunga there. We were talking with him about the idea. He mentioned 1, he'd be interested, and 2, he recommended all these other chefs for us to chat with. That's how we got connected with Chef Lita. And then through our conversation with Chef Lita, she mentioned that there are all these aspiring chefs in her kitchen who then have taught some cooking classes elsewhere, etc. So our hope is to tap into that network that exists, tap into their willingness to help us out as well, and continue to grow that network that way.
And on top of that, we've been talking to Us Together. They work with local immigrant refugee communities, and they might be able to work as an ambassador into those communities as well.
What are some ways that you start thinking about how you measure impact?
Oh, for sure. So at the end of all these events, what we can do is we thought about sending out surveys and asking individuals like, hey, did you learn something new from a different culture before? 2, were there any preconceived myths or like notions you had about this culture's cuisine? Were those dismissed? So there's a lot of ways that we can kind of measure impact through surveys.